Hello, my name is Kim and I am a group fitness instructor. Also teach yoga 20 years or so. And I teach water classes at LifeWorks Gym of Southwest General Hospital. I teach both warm water and regular H2O cardio classes. And I had a request in my warm water class to use a kickboard. The person that had requested it saw me using it in the cardio class. In the cardio class, it's more for resistance. So I tried to find different techniques. I Googled YouTube and all that stuff so I could honor his request. And I found absolutely nothing on YouTube, or at least I couldn't find it quickly if there's anything out there, on how to use the kickboard in a more therapeutical water class. So I came up with some things and it went very well in our class, so I wanted to share it with everybody. So, what I love about the kickboard is how you can use this to engage your stabilizers, mainly your core, which is so important when you're stretching and doing therapeutical strengthening exercises. So, we will start. Jump in the water, grab your kickboard, and join me. So, I'm placing my hands on the kickboard, and this just automatically engages my core, keeps my shoulders away from my ears, nice and tall. We're just going to do some neck rolls to start. So drop your chin, keep pressing down on the kickboard. And this is going to keep your shoulders away from those ears. And then roll to one side. Deep breath. And then roll over to the other side. And so that you can do this a few times. Just for time's sake, I'm gonna do each repetition just a few times. So after the neck rolls, we can go into some cat-cow techniques. I'm going to firm down on the board, and we're gonna inhale, lift the chest up, and right away my core is engaged, pulling those shoulders back. Exhale, round. Keep pushing your fingers into the board, pull your belly in, chin to chest. So inhale, we lift up, engaging our core, push away, exhale, round. And just a few of these. Inhale, pull the board in, and then exhale, round and push away. Great. Now we're gonna get into some hip flexion. I'm gonna alternate knee lifts. And right away, I'm gonna feel unstable if I'm not engaging my core. So I keep pushing down on the board and then lifting, alternating knees. So I'm flexing at my hip joint. So what this does is it's also stretching the low back. Just a few of those. And then now I'm going to stand one side and add. I'm going to pick up my knee and I'm going to swing it back. So now I'm getting a double stretch and strengthen. I'm stretching through the hip flexor and then stretching through the low back. And again, oh, I'm a little wobbly. So it's just telling me that I have to engage that core. So we'll do these a couple of times. And then I'm gonna hold. So I'm gonna kick it out. This helps me to stabilize and not float away. Chest stays lifted. And then pull it in and just switch sides. So knee, nice and controlled. You have to do this nice and controlled. Core is stable. Shoulders stay away from the ears. Just a few of these. Like I said, I'm just gonna demonstrate a few repetitions here, and then you go for the hold. Just really getting that stretch in your hip flexor. My glutes are engaged, so this is strengthening as well. When you stretch, you're strengthening something else mostly, for the most part anyway. All right, and then pull it back. And now I am going to do a down dog move. So we're gonna push away. This is different than the cat-cow because I'm not rounding my back. I'm pushing my butt back, stretching the whole backside, chin to the chest for you, so you keep the spine long, and then pull it in. So just we'll do a couple down dog flows. Really spread the fingers, push. The hands are shoulders distance apart. So I'm stabilizing my feet, hips distance, and I'm pushing my butt back as I hinge at the hips. And then now we hold. So we do some movement, some flow, and then hold. Great. All right, now let's go into hip flexion, but this time I'm going to add extension at the knee. So staying on one side, I'm going to pick up one knee, stabilize, firm down, engage that core, and then extend and bend. So beautiful for that quad, the knee, core is stabilizing. And then if you want, you can go for the hold, point, and flex. So great for the ankle, foot, and switch sides. So again, flexing at the hip and then extending at the knee. Keep firming down. Again, that core is always engaged because I'm using that resistance with my hands on the board. And then again, you can hold, point, flex. And what I didn't do, we're going to do it now, is you're going to go straight back. And I'm going to keep, the knee is not locked, the knee is soft, but just get this nice swinging action for my hip. The leg is fairly straight. And here I'm stretching the back and strengthening the glutes. And again, just a few repetitions on each side. For time's sake, gotta do the other side. And if I move too fast, it will throw my balance off. So it kind of forces me to slow down, which is not a bad thing. There we go, a couple more. Last one. Okay. Now, we're going to change the position of the kickboard. I'm going to use a little bit of resistance here for a push-pull action. The deeper the kickboard, the more resistance you're going to create. We're going to do some lateral movement. So, I don't want the best, I'll stand over here. So we're going to step over to one side, push the board away, and then pull. So this push-pull action is very functional, and I'm using my inner and outer thighs, stepping laterally and then together. So again, keeping those shoulders away from the ears, forcing my core to work as well. Anytime you're working the upper body and the lower body, your core has to work with you, for sure. All right, just a few of those. And now I'm going to take the board off to the side, and I'm going to have one hand on the board, pushing down for resistance, and then I'm going to lift, do an abduct here with the outer thigh. So I'm going to push away and then pull back in. You hear some barking. I have dogs out here, so I apologize. Or maybe they'll knock down the pole. I don't know. Either one. All is good. Now I'm going to hold. This is the same thing as a half moon. So you can reach your arm up as well. This takes tremendous balance. You're going to push down on that board and then change sides. So in just a couple, abduct, and my toes are flexed straight ahead. So I have my heel pushing away as my arm reaches out, and then again, hold. Beautiful stretch. Half moon is so awesome. So to be able to use this board, so helpful to get that stretch. And then come back. Okay. Next couple of things I want to do are just some stretches for the hips, and we'll start with the outer hip. We're going to do a pigeon type pose. So pick up one foot, turn the knee out, and then sit back. And what I'm doing is I have to push down on this board. It engages my core. I'm flexing that lifted leg and pushing my hips back. And this is creating a lever for me to stretch the outer part of this hip. And then before I fall over, I'll switch sides. So stabilize, other leg, and sit it back. Ooh. Really forcing my core to work here with this board, and then pull it back. And because I'm a yoga instructor, I have to do some warrior postures. I'm gonna go into a warrior 2 move. These toes are pointed out this way. My back leg toes are pointed this way in kind of an L shape. And then I'm gonna work on some rotation. I'm gonna bend that front knee and then take the board. Spinal rotation is so important with a healthy spine. Of course, if you have any injuries, you want to stay healthy. So rotation is good if you don't have any injuries in your back. My legs are stabilizing. It's a good stretch for my lats and my upper back as well. And then I'll just quickly change sides. So my front leg toes are pointed that way. My back leg toes are pointed that way, like in an L shape. And then I'm just going to go from my back leg to my front leg. And I'm firming down. My front knee is bent, my back leg is straight. Also a nice little hip opener. Do one more. Okay. And the final thing that I want to do is tree pose with lateral flexion, so stretching through the side body. So I am going to have my hand and my standing leg, which I'll take the other leg, this leg, and go into a tree pose. You can keep your toe down or you can lift it up. But what I'm going to do is I'm using this for stability, my hand pressing into the kickboard. I'm going to take that same arm and lift it up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer, try your balance, see how you do. And then this is the one I really, really like to get you a nice stretch all the way down from that standing leg, that heel, all the way up the side body. It feels so good, I don't want to come out of it, but I have to. So changing sides. So I'm going to start same side first, go into tree pose. So I'm using the hand for stabilization, rooting down through that standing leg. And now just try your balance, see how we do. I'm going to go to the other hand. Woo, I need that board. And then stretch. Did I do that right? This is the good stretch. Good stretch. I kind of did it backwards, but that's okay, you get the gist of it. This is the one that I really, really like because I'm stretching through this whole side and using this board. I need this board. And there you go. There are